Hi everyone, welcome to Ask Wardee episode 46. I'm so happy you're with me So happy you're joining me. We've got a live audience on Periscope and Facebook Live, and we also have those of you tuning in later either through the video or the podcast version of Ask Wardee. Welcome to all of you. I want to do a couple housekeeping notes, which is if you're listening to this later on iTunes or you're watching the video, you can switch to the other version by going to tradcookschool.com/AW046, and that'll allow you to switch versions. Also there for everybody are the complete notes of everything that I'm sharing today, including how to get this free jar that I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. It's an herb storage jar. So go there, tradcookschool.com/AW046 for all that. Now, this is the Ask Wardee podcast, and my name is Wardee, and I'm from Traditional Cooking School. We are all about traditional cooking. We take whole food ingredients and we make sure they're the best quality. You know, we all do what we can with that. And we prepare them using traditional methods like sourdough and old-fashioned pickling called lactofermentation to make foods the best they can possibly be for our nutrition and digestion. It's also such a wonderful experience to be in the kitchen and work with your hands and get really back to basics with how things have been done for centuries with old-fashioned, what we would call traditional cooking techniques. So if you're interested in any of that, either the beauty of it or the health or nutrition, come on by traditionalcookingschool.com and browse around. We have lots of recipes. There's, of course, back issues of this podcast available. This is episode 46, and all the 45 prior episodes, I'm answering your questions about traditional cooking. So please come and visit. I would love that. Now, just so you know, you can get a question in the queue for Ask Wardee by submitting it. You can either email me, Wardee, W-A-R-D-E-E, at askwardee.tv, or if you're on Twitter, you can tweet me. Use the hashtag AskWardee, and my handle is @TradCookSchool. I have a quick announcement to tell all of you, which is my family is in the process of making a cross-country move. In fact, after I do this broadcast today, this is my kind of like last thing I do before you see me in another location in the country, because we're loading up our moving truck tomorrow and heading out. And so what I wanted to tell you was, I'm going to be skipping a week of Ask Wardee, so there will not be an Ask Wardee next week unless I decide to do something because it just so happens to work. But I'm not planning on an Ask Wardee. But if you'd like to keep up with my travels, I will be posting on Instagram regularly. My handle is @TradCookSchool. So you can either, if you're not on Instagram, that's fine. You can go to instagram.com/TradCookSchool, or if you're on Instagram, then follow @TradCookSchool. And I'm playing this kind of game because I haven't publicly announced where we're moving. We're leaving Oregon and we're going elsewhere. And we're going to take some time on the journey, spend some time with my parents, and anyway, end up where we're going at the beginning of October. So if you want to follow along and see where we go, and of course you can guess, then go to instagram.com/@/TradCookSchool, or follow me on Instagram @TradCookSchool. Anyway, just wanted to tell you all that so you know not to expect Ask Wardee, but in the meantime, not to expect Ask Wardee next week, but in the meantime, if you want to follow along on our family's travel and kind of play along, guess, and see where we go, find me on Instagram. All right? Okay, so let's get now to this herbal supplement showdown. What's the best way to take herbs? You have teas and infusions and capsules and tinctures, also called extracts. All these forms of herbs, and I'm just talking about the ones that we would ingest, but of course there's other ways, because you can make lotions and creams and oils and use herbs on your body too, on your skin, which your skin is a huge organ, and very wonderful to take care of it, either soothing or healing with herbs there. But we're going to focus today on taking herbal supplements through the mouth and talk about the different forms of herbal supplements. And as I told you, listen to near the end, because I'll show you how to get a free herb storage jar like this. Also, another free gift for you as well. So listen for the end. Now let's go through Julie F's question, because she's the one who submitted this today for Ask Wardee. She said, I'm confused. I know I should be using herbs, but I don't know which form is best. Tea, infusion, capsule, extract, tincture, what's the best? Well, we are going to go through all these forms. And just so you know, I'm not a doctor or naturopath or anything, so I'm speaking from my own research And it's your responsibility to do your own research and make your own decisions as well. So please don't construe any of this as advice, as me telling you what to do. But together we're going to explore the different forms and help you make your own decision for you and your family, okay? And all of the forms that we're talking about are powerful to deliver the benefits of herbs and nutrition to your body. However, the right form for you really depends on your preferences, your goals, and your needs. So we're going to just go through these different forms and talk about them and talk about some fun stuff as well so that you can make a good decision. That is what we're doing here on Ask Wardee. Remember, you can follow along with the notes at tradcookschool.com/AW046. So you can go there anytime now or afterward to do links and or print and refer to anything I'm going to talk about. So the forms of herbal supplements. We are talking about these 4 general ways today: teas, infusions, capsules, and tinctures/extracts. Tinctures and extracts refers to the same kind of type. And there are others too, like I said. Let's just talk about each form. So, and this will probably be some repeat information. But an herbal tea, that's where you steep a small quantity of your dried herbs in boiled water for 10 to 30 minutes. You know, some herbs you'll purchase it and it'll say to make a tea, steep for at least 30 minutes. Well, so that's why the range is 10 to 30 minutes. And then you're going to strain and you're going to drink. Of course, you can sweeten, you can let it cool down. You can even turn it into an iced beverage, but that's the idea with a tea. Now, an infusion is where you steep a larger quantity of the herb in boiled water, meaning it's hot when you pour it over the herb, and you want to steep it for several hours to overnight. So when I make infusions, what I usually do is prepare it the night before in a quart-sized jar, and then in the morning I strain and I sip on it all day long. So I hope you got that those two are similar, but the infusion is more concentrated of the herb than the tea. And also, and in particular, the nutrition because of the lengthy steeping time. And I do want to say with some herbs, you definitely want to look into each particular herb that you're doing, because when you're making a tea with some herbs, you know, steeping for 30 minutes may be different than boiling for 30 minutes. And there are some roots where they say, you know, to get the most, you actually want to simmer it for 30 minutes. So just pay attention to those kinds of little differences. These are general rules I'm talking about, but there are particularities with certain herbs and roots. Now the capsules, pretty simple. It's the dried herb filling a capsule. You can make them yourself, you can purchase them. You're going to swallow them like any other pill. They are generally 4 times more potent than teas. And finally, the tinctures/extracts. This is where you're taking your dried herb and you're putting it with a solvent base like alcohol, vodka, and you're leaving it for a number of weeks. And over that time, the alcohol or the other solvent, there are other choices for you, are going to extract the nutritive properties of the herbs into itself. So in the case of vodka, it's going to pull the nutritive benefits of the herbs into the vodka. At the end of the 4 to 6 weeks steeping time, you're going to strain the herbs out, you're going to bottle your extract, and you're going to take by the drop or dropper full. The extracts/tinctures are the most potent and concentrated forms of herbs because the alcohol is a powerful extractor. Now, which form should you take? Well, this can definitely come down to preference. Like maybe you just can't stand alcohol-based tinctures, and so the only way you're going to get your herb in you is to drink a tea or an infusion. All right, well, it's better to do that than not have it at all. Or you hate teas and you can swallow a capsule easily, and so you prefer to do that. So you definitely have to account for preference, because if you want the benefits of herbs, you want to have the herbs the way that you will actually have the herbs. Make sense? Okay. Kimberly in Facebook is saying tinctures have worked great for me when I've been sick. That's awesome. Yes, they work really well for us with general health, migraines, flus, colds, allergies. Okay, if you're taking herbs, back to our question, which form should you take? So preference is one of your main priorities you should seek out. However, it is a general rule that tinctures, preferably put right under the tongue, are going to give a more immediate response to your body because the herbs or the nutritive properties of the herbs are going to go directly into your bloodstream. And it's best to take that 15 minutes before you eat or 15 minutes after you eat. If you're taking herbs for nutrition, like you don't necessarily need an immediate response, but you want the minerals and the nutrition of the herb, then the teas or infusions or capsules are going to work great, as will a tincture. So it's really up to you. These days I prefer doing the herbal tinctures, and I make them myself. They're potent, they get immediate results. They're not only easy to make, but they're much, much cheaper than buying ready-made extracts, and I'll have information for you in just a little bit. Okay, some things that do come up. What if you don't like the taste of an herbal tincture? Some herbal tinctures can be bitter from the herb, but there's also that pure alcohol that's going right under your tongue if it's an alcohol-based tincture, and that can be uncomfortable. So you don't have to, do it straight. You can add your herbal extract into a bit of water. You can even add flavor in the form of lemon or honey, and you can actually turn your extract into a little cup of tea by adding enough water and then flavoring it up. So you have options. And I do this with extracts that are bitter, like the schizandra berry tincture. Schizandra berry is an adaptogenic herb, and I'll have a link for you later to tell you more about adaptogens. But some of them are quite bitter, like the schizandra berry, and it tastes like pine needles. It's just so bitter and cutting. So I can hardly stand that one. I have to put it in water. I'm just not getting it down. Okay, what if you want a non-alcoholic tincture? Well, you don't need to use alcohol. There are some reasons to choose alcohol, but if you have a reason, to go a different direction, you can do non-alcohol tinctures where the base is glycerin or apple cider vinegar, and so you can Google for that. Do keep in mind, though, these are the reasons to choose alcohol if you don't have any serious objections. Alcohol is the most powerful extractor of the properties of herbs. In fact, for some seeds and berries, alcohol is the best way to extract the nutrition at all, that you won't get as good of a result if you use a different base. But also, another reason to choose alcohol is the best preservative of all the bases you could choose. And extracts that are made with an alcohol base will have an virtually unlimited shelf life if you store them cool and dark. Whereas if you're using glycerin or apple cider vinegar, you've got a range of 1 to 5 years, depending on which one you choose and how well you store it. Okay, now let's talk about how to make an herbal extract / herbal tincture. And I do have a picture for you here and a post with some step-by-step directions. So if you're at the show notes right now, tradcookschool.com/AW046, there is a link to my step-by-step directions. Or you can just go straight to a link I'm going to give you now, which is tradcookschool.com/extract. That'll take you right to my step-by-step tutorial. Where is my picture? Oops. Here it is. I don't know why it didn't save. I thought I saved it. So this is the beginning of herbal tinctures. I started these a couple months ago with adaptogenic herbs. If you go to tradcookschool.com/extracts, there's an explanation there of the power and benefit of adaptogenic herbs, really worth looking into. So again, tradcookschool.com/extract for that. Step-by-step instructions and information on adaptogenic herbs. And 2 books that I recommend about that. Anyway, the process is very simple to make extracts. Now, but if you don't want to, that's fine. I do recommend Mountain Rose Herbs as a great place to buy extracts. tradcookschool.com/MRH for Mountain Rose Herbs. Now, the thing is, they're going to, a 4-ounce bottle costs about $30. But if you make your own, like I've showed you in this picture, like the one that I calculated, I cut the cost by 20, like an extreme significant difference. In fact, I did the math and then I was like, this cannot be right, because I didn't get as big of a difference. It just didn't make sense. And so I did it again, and I looked at it again and again and again to try to make sure I got it right. I got my husband in on it because he's the math guy. And I'm like, did I do this right? It literally cost 20 times less to make my own extract of the particular herb I talk about in the tradcookschool.com/extract post. Seriously, cut your cost by 20 times if you make your own. So go look at that recipe, and I'll quickly tell you, you fill a jar halfway with your dried herb. You don't pack it down. You can put a little boiling water over it to help release, to start the process, or that's optional, but you're going to put your vodka, and preferably more than 80 proof or more, and I chose 100 proof. Fill to the top on your jar, get all the herbs wet, and then you're just going to tip it upside down once a day for like 4 to 6 weeks, and then you strain the herb out, and then you bottle up your extract, store it cool and dark, and then you take some when needed. Really, really simple. So again, the instructions, tradcookschool.com/extract, so you can make your own extracts/tinctures. All right, let's talk about how long they last, because remember I told you alcohol makes them last the longest. Well, if you use an alcohol base and you store your extracts cool and dark, which means not next to the oven or in a warm place, stored properly, here's the shelf life you can expect. An alcohol-based tincture is going to have a virtually unlimited shelf life. Alcohol is an awesome preservative. Glycerin, you'll have 3 to 5 years if stored properly. An apple cider vinegar extract, you'll have about a year if stored properly. Now, as I was kind of putting together the information for this episode, I ran into some fun facts about tinctures. And I'll tell you those, but let me answer Kathy's question. The infusion you said soaked in oil overnight, then drink all day the next day. No, it's soaked in hot water overnight. An infusion uses just hot water and more concentrated herb. If you're a member of Traditional Cooking School, we have a past thank you video on how to make herbal infusions. So if you're a member and you're listening to this right now and you don't have that, it's several years old. So if you weren't a member then and didn't receive that, all you need to do is send an email in Wardee, Wardee, at askwardee.tv and say that I listened to your Ask Wardee on herbal supplements, and you mentioned that I could have a thank you video for an infusion. I'm telling you that in the form of you actually asking for it. If you're a member and you don't have that video, all you have to do is email in and we'll add it to your account. Okay? So here are some interesting facts about tinctures. And I got these when I was putting together this Ask Wardee for you. These are just for fun. So if you have an herbal tincture, this is a picture of a kombucha tincture, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. But the dropper bottle, the droppers that fit inside? Well, a dropper is the equivalent of about 30 drops. That's assuming you've squeezed all the air out and it's fully immersed in liquid, so it's pulling up as much liquid as possible when you release your hand on the pump. So it'll pull in about 30 drops. Now, this is the interesting part about that. The pump is the same size on all droppers. 1 ounce bottle, 2 ounce bottle, 4 ounce bottle. The pump that you squeeze to suck up the tincture is the same size on all the droppers. So that means that no matter what size the dropper is, no matter what size the jar is, if you fully press out and release and get the full amount that it can suck in, 30 drops, no matter the size of jar, because the pump is the same size on all these droppers. Isn't that cool? I've always wondered, because it's so convenient on a bottle to just do a dropper full, right? And I've wondered, well, I'm not getting the same, but it's the same. They standardized it, so that's awesome. 2 dropperfuls is like having an 8-ounce cup of tea. It's very concentrated. Remember, the extracts are the most concentrated form, so 2 dropperfuls is like, having a cup of tea. So those are the fun facts about tinctures. Again, the recipe for that, tradcookschool.com/extract, and the notes, everything I've shared today is at tradcookschool.com/AW046. Okay, now I want to tell you about the freebies. And Kristen is saying she drinks herbal infusions every day, has changed her life. Lifelong insomnia gone. That's awesome. That is just praise the Lord, Kristen. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so I want to tell you about a couple things. So we've been talking about herbal tinctures, but there are other tinctures as well. And one of them is this kombucha tincture that comes from our friend Dave at getkombucha.com. And I'm going to tell you about where you can get this for free. The reason you'd consider this, it's called the Kombucha Pro, and it's valued at $29.99. It's a concentrated liquid source of probiotics. Kombucha is an awesome probiotic beverage. So if you're traveling or you're just not keeping up with making your kombucha, or you don't, your grocery budget isn't allowing for you to spend $3 to $5 on a bottle as often as you'd like, well, here's a free tincture for you. The way that you can get that is it's included as a free bonus with the Ultimate Healthy Living Bundle that's just released today. Now you're going to be hearing a lot about the Ultimate Healthy Living Bundle. It's a collection of resources that's comes around once per year, and it's on sale for just 6 days. So probably you're hearing it from more people than just me, but this Kombucha Pro is a free bonus, and there's other free bonuses. And I'm about to tell you how to get a bonus that is only through Traditional Cooking School, and it's this free herb jar. But let me tell you about the Kombucha Pro first. Actually, the Kombucha Pro is a bonus that comes with the Healthy Living Bundle, and I have a picture of that here for you. Well, I thought I did. Yes, I do. Just a visual representation. So the Healthy Living Bundle that's available now through next Monday is 83 resources. If you take the value of all of them, there's ebooks, e-courses, printables, audio files. If you take the value of all of them, it's over $2,400 in value, and the price is less than $30 for these 6 days. So it's like 98% off. So it's an incredible deal. And that's not even it, because you also get $250 worth of bonuses, and the Kombucha Pro tincture is just one of those. Okay, so that's why I want you to check it out. And you can check it out if you go to tradcookschool.com/go-bundle. One word, go bundle. You can check it out right now or visit the show notes for the link. Now, what I want to show you is if you purchase the Ultimate Healthy Living Bundle during these 6 days that it's on sale through Traditional Cooking School, so through the tradcookschool.com/go-bundle link, or the link that's in the show notes post or in one of my emails, if you use that link, then you qualify to get an additional bonus that's only available for Traditional Cooking School readers. This is a free herb storage jar. So if you're making your own tinctures, or you're doing your own capsules or teas or infusions, you want to store your herbs airtight to keep them fresh. This will keep dried herbs fresh and potent for up to 6 months, even longer. And the reason is because it blocks light, and it's also airtight. It's also a material you can feel good about. Hear that tink? It's glass, and it's a sturdy glass. So this jar is a 250 milliliter size. It's my favorite size. I have actually all of our kitchen spices, plus nutritive herbs in this size jars. This is a picture of my spice cupboard. So if you'd like to get that free jar, it's valued at $20, and it's from Infinity Jars. And I just asked them, I love your jars. Would you be willing to give one for free to people who purchase the Ultimate Healthy Living Bundle through Traditional Cooking School? And they said yes. So you pay shipping, which is about $6, but the jar itself is valued at $20. So here's what you do. You go to tradcookschool.com/go-bundle and you purchase your bundle. That is required. And you do need to use that link or the link that you find elsewhere from me in order to purchase your bundle. If you do that, then you can claim your free jar at tradcookschool.com/free jar. When you get there, there will be a form to fill out. You need to input your receipt number and information, and then I'll send you an email for how to claim your free jar. It's my way of saying thank you for supporting Traditional Cooking School by purchasing the Ultimate Healthy Living Bundle through our site, because we do make a portion off of every sale, and it helps keep us going and support our family and continue to give you good information. It's an honor to do it anyway, but I certainly love that it helps our family. And so that's why I asked Infinity Jars if I could give a special gift, if that would give you something extra. Okay, and I do want to say before I go here that in the Healthy Living Bundle, you're going to get something special from me, because remember I said there are 83 resources included. Well, one of them is our brand new pressure cooking mini e-course. And this is actually a package that's not available anywhere else. So if you're on traditionalcookingschool.com and you go to our shop link and you find the pressure cooking ebook package, that's a little bit smaller than the package that's in the bundle. Okay, the package that's on the site has 5 videos included with it, but the mini e-course that I've included in the Healthy Living Bundle has 10 videos. And these are videos from inside Traditional Cooking School that members see when they're taking that course. This is kind of like a standalone product, and I put together this package just for the Healthy Living Bundle. Again, tradcookschool.com/go-bundle to pick up your bundle or check it out, and then get your free jar at tradcookschool.com/free jar. And don't forget, when you do purchase your bundle, you will also get instructions to claim that free bottle of kombucha tincture. So we've covered a lot of ground. Thank you so much. Mary Lou says she's already ordered. Can't wait to dive in. Bought it last year too. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Sebastiana says, I love to make a half gallon of an herbal infusion at a time, let it sit overnight and have iced tea all week, especially great for red raspberry leaf during pregnancy or for hibiscus tea to lower my, and it's telling me Seymour. That's awesome. Really awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Yes, I like to make a quart or a half gallon as well, and then just sip on it. It's so easy to batch out, and then you just sip on it. And on Periscope, I can't read your name, Safe Travels. Thank you so much. Let me just remind everybody again, I'm Wardee from traditionalcookingschool.com, and this is Ask Wardee you've been joining me for. And I'm going to be taking next week off because my family is moving cross country. But if you want to follow along, we're playing a game, Guess Where the Harmons Are Moving. You'll see we'll be there by early October. We're kind of taking our time and doing some visiting with my parents. But follow me at Trad Cook School on Instagram. Or if you're not on Instagram, go to instagram.com/tradcookschool. Someone is looking for the free jar link. tradcookschool.com/free jar. You put in /jar, but it's /free jar to claim the free jar with your purchase of the Ultimate Healthy Living Bundle. You all are so kind. I love seeing the guesses. I've been getting a ton of guesses by email too since I sent you the game the other day to follow along and see what so we've gotten all kinds of guesses and people doing some really elaborate, like, well, if it's going to take you 2 weeks to get there, then I get, all the way at the East Coast. Well, I do want you guys to know we are stopping and visiting my parents and kind of turning it into a family trip. So anyway, I appreciate all your prayers and keep the guesses coming. It'll be fun to take pictures along the way and reveal more and more every day. Okay, well, God bless you all, and I'll see you at the show notes for more information, tradcookschool.com/AW046. God bless you. Bye-bye.